I coach people who are literally playing in the biggest poker games in the world, live and online, for amounts of money that are mind-boggling. I'm going to tell you the things that they talk about with me so that you can apply them in your own game to make it to much higher levels than you are now, and also make sure that you don't have to struggle once you get there. So let's go and get into it right now. I'm Jason Su, author of Poker with Presence, and in my coaching practice, I worked with lots and lots of people who play at the very highest stakes of poker. And what I have found is that when you make it to high stakes, the thing is, your problems don't just magically go away. If anything, if you have not built a solid base of foundation for understanding what you need to feel good and play at your best, the problems only get worse, because as you play for more and more amounts of money, the emotions get bigger and bigger, and anything that you haven't dealt with previously is going to come up and hurt you even more. So ideally, you're going to want to work all of this stuff out as you're working your way up to the highest stakes. It's going to help you get there much faster, and then once you're there, you can just enjoy yourself, play your game, and live your dream. Let's get into the 3 things that you need to know in order to make this happen. The things that I hear from the players who play at the highest stakes, the best players in the world, they're telling me a lot of the exact same things that players who play much lower stakes tell me. They'll say stuff like, oh, I just hate getting bluffed, and oh, I don't want to get bullied, and then so this is why I end up making these plays, and oh, it hurts so much to lose, and it makes me not want to play poker, and it makes me hate poker, and it makes me question everything about my life. These are the exact same complaints, even from the players who are the most successful, people who have made millions and millions of dollars playing the game. So what you need to know is that the problems don't go away from success. Winning money does not mean that you're not going to feel all the things that you feel right now. If anything, you're going to feel them more, because when they are unresolved, you start to think that there's something wrong with you because you thought that the success was going to make the problem go away, and then it did not. The natural conclusion from there might be to just say, oh, I guess there's something wrong with me. So what you need to understand is that the problem needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed now. It's not going to go away. Success does not fix it. The second thing you need to understand is that having a high degree of understanding of poker knowledge is not enough, because just about every single successful high stakes poker player I've coached has told me, oh, I've got this friend who I study with, and oh, he actually understands the game better than I do. And when we're working together, he comes up with stuff all the time that I can't find. And what that tells me is that the amount of knowledge you have, that does not translate into actual dollars. It does not translate into actually moving up in stakes and having a successful high stakes career. That is just the beginning thing that you need to get into the game. What you actually have to do is learn how to execute on your level of knowledge, because if you get overwhelmed when you're playing, it does not matter how much you've studied, how much you know, you're just going to revert back to some other version of yourself that doesn't know these things. And so knowledge is just the thing that sets into place what you're capable of, but your ability to play up to that level is the important skill that takes players into the highest stakes. And the last thing I want to tell you about this topic is that I was talking with one of my longtime old clients, Kevin Rabichow, who's a very high stakes tournament player, well-known coach out in the world. And I asked him, I said, well, what separates the highest stakes players from players who are kind of struggling to move up from the mid stakes? And he told me that the thing that the mid stakes players don't understand is that we are still constantly getting into situations where we have no idea what the heck is going on, and we have to just kind of figure it out in the moment when we're playing the hand, right? And so the truth is that even at high stakes, people are still winging it. It's not this thing where they have this certain level of knowledge, and so now they just know everything and they don't ever have to worry about being unconfident or not knowing the answer. No, they get into spots constantly where they do not have any clue what they're going to do. And in those moments, that is where they separate themselves from the players who can't break out from the middle of the pack, because they are the ones who are able to lock in, focus, stay present, feel the emotions as they come, and then do the magic move of trusting their instincts in that moment instead of playing how they imagine the solver is going to play, or playing how they imagine is going to be approved by the peers or the people who are watching them on the stream. They're able to tune all that out, stay connected to themselves, and just execute on their instincts and trust what their eyes and ears are telling them. And that is the thing that separates them from the rest. So that's the deal. You just got to understand that high stakes poker players are not gods or immortals or anything special. They're human beings just like you. They've just worked out certain things inside themselves that allow them to play at their best levels when they're under immense amounts of pressure. And so ideally what you want to understand is that the problems now are going to be your problems there, but bigger if you don't deal with them now. So learn how to stay present with your feelings right now. Understand that the more that you study, yeah, that's nice, but unless you can access that knowledge in game from the calm and relaxed and present and focused place, it's not going to work. It's not actually going to translate into dollars and moving up in stakes. And then you got to get really good at winging it. That's what they do. You got to get really good at improvising and playing on the fly and making great decisions when you have no idea what the heck is going on, and being able to trust your instincts. You do those things, now you are sharing the characteristics that every high stakes player has, and that is what's going to give you the best shot at making it to the top. So I not only work directly with many high stakes poker players, but also many more of them have joined and subscribed and read my daily email newsletter because they value the insights that I provide in them every single day. As a fact, many people tell me that the content I provide in my free newsletter has given them more value than programs that they've paid thousands and thousands of dollars for. So if you want in on that, be sure to go over to my website, pokerwithpresence.com. Every single day, I'm going to give you something really good that's going to move you closer and closer to reaching your dreams. So I'll see you over there. I did that. Wait, I heard, apparently I'm not allowed to curse on YouTube anymore, so we're going to bleep that out. Get the Kevin Rabbit Show. Street cred. You gotta get the name right. He gave me money. He gave me money, guys.